Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing good. It's really intense. We did an amazing call yesterday with my group container, the Ascended Masterclasses. So if you even just kind of sign up to the tier 1 option, where we have basically weekly, like 1 to 2 calls, which are a little bit like cosmic energy updates, but on a Zoom platform. So we have a Zoom call and you can ask me questions and we interact, and whatever comes in is going to be shared. And that was really super extra powerful and epic yesterday. We went over like 4 hours, 20 minutes. Again, the original outset was also to just do like kind of 1 hour, 2 hour things, but it's morphing into something else. Because again, I always keep, shifting and changing whatever is needed, or whatever is needed in the field. So anyway, so that was amazing work. Thank you so much for all those that are part. You can still take part. Look at the details below if you want to. Although the tier 1 doesn't include the group call and activations that we do, which is one of them today. So on the 1909, if you still see this in time, otherwise you can also access this quantum style as a replay, as and when it's available later on, okay, after we finished. So yeah, amazing stuff. So we literally cleared out, we went over some sacred geometry and keys and codes and so much more, really like helped us to clear out any remaining reversals from the field. And I can just feel this whole clearing of any remaining discord, especially between the masculine and feminine. Because again, all of this negative alien technology that has been in the grids that we have been very busy clearing, and successfully so, has really caused a lot of the discord. Like even, for example, when you get where a person is coming from, there is still this tension or resistance, in the field, because again, this has been highlighted through these anti-Hierogamic union codes, technologies, the Michael Mary reversals that are running in the grids, or have been running in the grids, and they've been fully cleared right now. So what this means is basically that now we can really relate from heart to heart, truly, without any of the discord, judgment, separation being present. Okay? I mean, there's so many parts to this, and that surely wasn't the only thing we did. And it's happening in the field because, again, we always do this on behalf of all. Even if these are small groups, believe me, they make the magic happen. All right. If you know, like it's a consciousness we run that overrides so much of the lower consciousness going on out there. And that's the whole point. It's like you need to just remember that it's all about the work we do, what we are embodying, that then shifts everything out there. Because as we change, they change, your reality changes. If you don't, nothing does change. Okay. So you are here to be the change maker, to make the magic happen. That's all I am about. It's like, my motto is kind of like, we make the magic happen that others report upon. And that's what we're here for. We are supposed to be the co-creators. We're not here supposed to sit and just watch and observe, okay? Be sitting on the fence or on the sidelines. We're here to be and reclaim our ascended master self. So that's what's happening right now. I know this is a little bit overlighted, but it's like I can't change it. It's just the light that goes on in this room without me making it all dark. That's just what it looks like. Anyway, nobody cares. So, Motherfathergod have returned as one. This is the completion of the royal weddings, coming to its full completion, which is ultimately happening within the oneness of us fully merging masculine and feminine again, and clearing out all of the distortions within the field and within our divine blueprints, fully igniting the new Christosophera, the new Christosophera, the new Albion body in the light body of the earth within our own field, and bringing this fully online. Okay, our diamond rainbow sun body, Merkaba vehicle, the aurora orb bubble, all of our multidimensional selves coming fully online. Divine masculine, feminine, the divine holy child, the holy family, fully embodied through us, the holy trinity, the tri-wave, the consciousness of the Godhead. That's the new cosmic consciousness, which we birthed beautifully on the 909. Thank you so much for everyone who's taken part. I also came across an article today from Lisa Renee that very much ties into all of this, bringing in more data points. I leave the link below. I would just say generally to all of that information, like I don't always agree 100%. Generally, it confirmed and brought more information in for me of what is happening. So we are going to fully ignite with the 1909 today, the Emerald Crystal Heart. I'm also going to leave below a special gift, another one for you, which is another free activation. It's over 41 minutes long of the Emerald Crystal Heart. And Divine Union activation, which fits in perfectly. Okay. So you can use this as a preparation if you're taking part in the call or listen to it later, because obviously we're almost, going to start the call soon enough. But again, it's really quantum, even if you can't be there live. Yeah. You are there. Your multidimensional self will be present. So, but this activation will further help us along, and also for those who are not taking part. Okay. And again, no, we are doing this on behalf of all, but again, it's the ones who are taking part who keep making the magic happen and are the active change agents. And I know that sometimes the prices can be like an investment. And I know that, again, many of us are, having kind of a limited amount of finances available to invest in these things, but these are really big investments, as in worthwhile investments. And that's just the price or the code I've been given, the 33 euros, 33 cents for these activations since the beginning of July, I believe it was, because I know how much worth, like how much they shift within people, how much they're worth, and really beyond those, numbers stated. But yeah, you do need to make an investment. Expecting everything for nothing also comes from a place of not having enough. So it's all about, I need people there who are really fully invested in all ways, shapes, and forms, not all in. And that's one part of it. And I know it can be sometimes limiting for those who are still, challenged by our financial situation, so to say. But again, it serves a higher purpose, even if that might trigger someone to then step into our full empowerment of reclaiming our abundance. We're not supposed to not have enough. We are the abundance. We are literally about to project out heaven upon the earth, anything you could have ever dreamed of and more, out into the hologram. This is all holographic, the whole universe. It's a hologram. It's a projection of the one mind. So is your body. Anything is possible now, especially now. The solar activations came in with the call, with the group call yesterday, in preparation, epic preparation for today's activation. So that was a beautiful support, because as these geomagnetic storms happen and solar flares, the information what is being shared in the field is being super highlighted. It's been basically what I've been also saying with the Holy Mother and Child returning fully, and really the Holy Trinity, because now the Cosmic Father is coming fully online. Where was I? Oh yeah, that the new consciousness is being basically through the realignment we have achieved with the God worlds, with the Godhead, of fully having ignited the crystalline core, and this is sending out the new supermagnetism of the Mother and the new consciousness through the grids, through the crystalline systems, into the willing heart minds. So I'm super excited for today's call and activation. Seriously, like I'm genuinely, since I got up, super excited, because I can see it all coming together. I can feel it, sense it, know it. It's so beautiful. Everything we've worked on so far. So another big thing was yesterday of the group call was the whole, the resistance we feel, and I've been purging and clearing a lot of that. Or for example, what I do, and I'm just embodying, and this goes across many lifetimes, of the hate against the Cosmic Mother and the Divine Feminine, the Sophia, that we had to endure, the hunting down, the judgment, the projections of the shadow onto me as I trigger certain things within people, and then they feel as if I'm making them feel bad, which is not the case. I'm just triggering what's already there. Okay, it's literally a gift. So that has been obviously very difficult, challenging, and frustrating. But then I know also, as I'm purging that frustration, anger, whatever, what's in the field, again, it's within the oneness. This is not about a person, even a group. even about just the gray lines, okay? It's beyond all of this. It's happening within the one consciousness. But I know as I purge this, even if it is kind of resistance against those that are judging me or, you know, are against me and hating upon me, it's like, you know, I get it, but there's obviously still, oh my God, you know, if you would just get this, we would already be there. You know what I mean? So I know me purging this is like, it comes up as resistance, which then feeds into the opposite in a way. But what it really does is it's just purging that what needs to be purged so we can get out the other end, yeah, to now get to this place of, because I could really feel in this group call yesterday, clearing this resistance, okay, that we are not fully getting, that they're not getting it, why they're not getting it. Because as we get why other people are not getting us and are judging us, and we're like the scapegoats and the crazy people and whatever we've been branded as, okay, as we fully understand where that's coming from, make peace with it, as we purge this, because we have to purge that energy. We can't just pretend it's not there. It doesn't move that way. It comes up as blocks in your energy field. That's why you need to purge it. Again, you can purge all the shit. Let's say, for example, anger, by going into the woods, chop some wood, scream, stamp your feet. I can do really good silent cries, screaming, or scream into a pillow. Whatever needs to be cleared, okay? Obviously, in certain situations, just breathing through it whilst you then can get maybe to a place where you can just release all that pent-up energy. Like, there's so much energy in the field. There's more. We had 2 more M flares. We have still KP5. This is the perfect cosmic quantum shifting reality weather, okay, to complete all of this. We are going to fully activate, bring online, they've already been activated, our Edenic Bodies and codes realities, okay, our new heaven upon the earth, rising from within us. And this is basically us now fully opening up to our sacred crystal hearts, bursting all the way wide open. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so join me if you want to. Details are below. Thank you so much for everyone doing their work and just transcending the false ego self and really surrendering to the heart and really merging with that Holy Trinity, the tri-wave, the new cosmic consciousness fully online now, and bringing this all online on behalf of all. This is not about what other people are doing. This is about what we are doing. We are here to be the ascended masters, okay? We are here to bring divine order and justice back by speaking the truth, by being love, which is one and the same. So, this is our rodeo, all the way back to heaven on earth. I hope you're ready. Jump all in. There's literally nothing to be afraid of but our own imagination right now. All of the black magic, spells, curses, hexes, all being fully dissolved, removed. All the anti-Hierogamic reunion technology, all of the mind control, all of the distortions, inversions ultimately within the one consciousness being fully corrected as the cosmic consciousness takes over now. Just let it all the fuck go. I do this on a daily basis and keep opening yourself up to the Holy Spirit and the true cosmic consciousness to fulfill you and show you the way and the real truth. All right? It's being revealed and ignited, activated, unlocked from inside of us as we align and are the embodiment and of the frequency of true divine love, which again is truth. It's one and the same. Love doesn't just mean being nice and kind and, you know, again, the gentle love. It also means tough love, and it means the neutrality. It means all kinds of things. It means truth, being your true, authentic self. That's real self-love. You fully aligning, merging with your true self. That's you arriving fully home, which today's activation is all about, okay? So I hope you can join me. So the true triple solar masculine, feminine, fully returned to cosmic mother and father, returning true divine wisdom, love, and power to all of us through the Holy Trinity, fully embodied. That's the Holy Grail. Through us, fully ignited, fully returned. Crystal clarity, dissolving all of the remaining false overlays, holographic inserts, implants, all that is false. For you standing and being and embodying truth, no matter what happens. So what also cleared, so it's like the resistance and the running away from things. So it's like the runner and the chaser are the same, okay? They're doing the same thing, just from opposite ends. We always mirror one another. And this happens in all ways, shapes, and forms. Because I was remembered yesterday, you know, sometimes the feminine is kind of like, you know, why does she even get angry, upset, frustrated, you know, all of this? What has brought her to that point? It's often the consistent not being listened to, being projected upon, being gaslit, being ignored, all of that stuff, okay? And then eventually, yeah, why does she go crazy? Yeah, so that kind of thing. Where also it's like, I don't know where I was getting with that. I don't know where I was getting with that. Oh yeah, and then on the other end, you have the masculine who's stonewalls, who kind of, buries his head in the sand, who's like running away. Again, one is kind of like in the face, running after, like confronting, but maybe not in the nicest way, what needs to be confronted, whilst the other one runs away because it's the energy, it's a push-pull. But it needs to happen, again, the ego. All of these distortions are playing a role to get us out the other end and alchemize and transform all of this. Because again, ultimately, they're doing the same thing. They're resisting and running away from. They're holding on to, like it's an attachment and an avoidant style of attachment. And if we understand that the core schism, the core wound of separation, is us ultimately separating as an androgynous body into masculine and feminine, and the tribes falling apart through the invasions and interference, ultimately a difference of belief systems, what it all boils down to, a fight over the truth, a fight over reality of how this really is and works, all of that stuff. So as you break through that, where was I getting at again? Like with these high energies, I constantly forget what I'm talking about. And again, it's more the frequency I transmit than the words, because I know people don't fully always understand what I'm saying. But it's really the frequencies I'm transmitting from the Godhead that are being, mostly transmitted beyond the words that are spoken here. So I hope that makes sense. So again, as we clear our resistance against them, hating upon us or someone running away, whatever anyone is doing, and you're fully getting why anyone is doing whatever they're doing, even though it might hurt you on some level, because we all affect one another. Okay? This is like, you become invincible and impenetrable, but we still affect one another. We're all quantum entangled here. That's the whole frustration. Okay? When you see what needs to be done in the field and you transmit it, and people are like, la, 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 and are still doing the old stuff, which again, we understand, as well as if we keep letting the ego run the show, we're never going to get there. All right. So it's like it serves a purpose, but you need to constantly keep facing it and transmuting it and alchemizing it into a higher consciousness. 555. Big massive changes here. This is freaking it. I can't see beyond the 20 seconds. So we're going to have another exclusive group call as part of the containers I'm holding on the 22nd. If we freaking make it that far, I can't see beyond it. There's a lot going on around the 23rd of September. I've tapped into yesterday's data points. And again, we need to remember it's a false reality. So this is also the equinox, which is again part of the basically fallen system structures. Like it wouldn't naturally be there in a Christic system. I explained this more in yesterday's call, why that is so. Again, it's also the axial tilt of the Earth, all of this, the planets are in the wrong place, so to say, because of the cataclysmic events that happen. So equinoxes, solstices are not really a natural order of events, okay? They're part of the fallen system. So for the 23rd, what's kind of coming up, it's like, I can see beyond. It's like after the 22nd, if you make it to that call, we just let it all go. And this is the end of freaking linear time for good. Okay, this is the end of the false realities, the false self, the false ego mind running the show here. I mean, it's already freaking done. This has been like, we have reached the point of no return on the 909. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mother, Father, God, all of us as one, okay? Letting the heart guide us back home to real truth, to one another. Because again, so what I wanted to say is, if we know that the core wound of separation is us being separated and breaking apart and being divided as the divine counterparts, twin flames, and the original gray lines, the original tribes, okay? Then surely the remedy and the medicine is us coming back together and healing this all as one. Because it's also reflected in the way we all grew up, that, because of the way things are on this planet, everybody is in, in that trauma, stuck in their traumas and wounds and false ego self, that we all had not been raised, with secure attachments. At least I don't know anyone. So we have all these, avoidant or like codependent attachment styles that we have been working through and transcending, but they're really results of us not learning really healthy attachment, true connection as we were growing up, because our parents just didn't know how to do it themselves. You know, again, there is no beginning and no end. This is all quantum. All right. Like, this is no one's fault. This is a story of the one consciousness coming to its own reconciliation, to true divine union, okay, with source, with one another. So the supernova of the one heart mind event, the Hierogamic reunion event, fully quantum completing all of this, all right? So us reconnecting in true divine love, which doesn't just mean everything is hunky-dory. We also need to have these discussions, which sometimes might be a bit triggering or hard, okay? But we need to speak our truth. And it's not to blame anyone. It's just to say, hey, accountability and responsibility, what we do or don't do does affect one another. Cause and effect. I mean, it's you know, it's just part of how the cosmos works. So we need to be very responsible and accountable for, you know, what we embody. First of all, that's what really changes our reality, as well as, I don't know anymore, because it's such high frequencies. Just once we're connected to the God self, you know, in every moment, what is your highest embodiment, okay? How you should react. You can't read this in any guidebook. This is not just about being holy and always happy and, you know, high vibration. It doesn't mean you're always just happy and, you know, in these high states of consciousness and frequencies. It means a high frequency means you're embodying your true self. You're embodying truth. I hold a very high frequency, and I know it doesn't look like people think it does, because it's not some false light, shiny object sitting here, just telling you everything is great, the bad ones are over there, and, you know, we're the good ones. You need to merge shadow and light, the fallen and the risen angelic, all as one, to really merge with all of yourself, because God has created all, and there are no more schisms now of good and bad, right and wrong, good versus evil. This whole polarization of this reality has to go fully obsolete, which it is now. You can only really fully access your true power, gifts and abilities, no longer feeling weak, disempowered, as you fully merge and access your shadow self. It holds pure gold. It doesn't mean you let your lower self run the show. It means you alchemize it. You alchemize your anger, you alchemize your frustration, as I do, into my work, and channel it accordingly to help clear, change, and shift realities. This is highly alchemical work. You can't get there if you deny any parts of you and think they're just out there, because, again, all of this has been created, ultimately, these monsters, demons in the field, by us not owning our shadow aspects and projecting it out onto the wall, onto one another, and then ultimately into the field. As you fully merge with it, you fully get rid of all of this, alchemize it, send, so to say, the demons back to source, but you are keeping those parts of you that are necessary to put down boundaries, put down discernment, to say no to things and people and places that are not serving you. Okay, if you're just like, yeah, everything is great, because this is what happened at Lemurian times. We weren't prepared for people coming in, being aggressive, overpowering us physically, lying to us, betraying. We didn't know what that looked like, but it was always there in consciousness. So those were already foreign realities as I see it, because you had the risen angelic, the human angelics, and the fallen angelics. I mean, it's like, again, if you create one thing, you create the other, the opposite. As you fully collapse the extremities and merge it as one within the Holy Trinity, within the oneness, within neutrality, you create something totally new, where, again, all of these parts of you are totally necessary. You need to be angry if someone is constantly pissing all over your boundaries or causing you harm. I mean, if you would just sit there and say, oh, yeah, I didn't know any better, I didn't know any better, it keeps happening, okay? So your shadow self is serving a high purpose. And it's, again, just words that are describing what we're trying to convey here. And people get stuck on it and they think, oh, I'm evil, I'm bad. That's the whole issue here. This is not about someone being right or wrong. It's not about good or bad. It's not about this. You're everything. You have to fully merge with all of that to come back to a state of wholeness, but you transmute all of these aspects that are no longer relevant, all of these extremities. Okay, and then you are infinite cosmic intelligence. Okay, you're not just one thing. You reclaiming your higher identities is you merging with all aspects of the Godhead. And in each moment, another multidimensional aspect of you fully integrated, fully merged with the whole steps forth. And you can't read it in a book. And we are here now also, what's the big part of the activation today will be fully reclaiming all of our cosmic history records, all of our memories, gifts, abilities, power, the magnetic field and pole shift fully completing. That's part of the Hierogamic unions, the masculine and feminine fully reunited in true Hierogamic union, restoring the natural order of things. Mother's supermagnetism. The true eternal Yan-Yun flow of the sacred butterfly pattern, the sacred crystal lotus heart of eternal life, returned to the cosmos. Kushka aina karate, sena tukura, yana sena era, kayana teake. So let's freaking do this, all right? Now, remember, we are all mirrors to one another. What are we projecting? What are we seeing? That says more about us than anything out there. Again, as we shift, this reality shifts. So take full accountability and responsibility. Take all of your power back, all of yourself fully merged within the Hierogamic union. As you fully empty yourself of what you think you are, know, don't know, believe in, keep surrendering to source and let the Holy Spirit fulfill you from an open heart, like a child would do. There is no magic trick to this or some secret technique as such, although my activations help a lot. But ultimately, it's you just doing this on a daily basis, asking this from the heart. Okay, I've been doing this for years. And yeah, it takes daily work to keep merging with this and overwriting these nonsense realities, okay, that are never real, never been real to begin with. What we're seeing is an inversion, a reversal of how reality should really be. So if you turn it back on its head, you're there, you know, at the truth, so to say. So as we fully let go of all attachments to the physical world, magic happens now, okay? It's a quantum observer effect. Just fully let it go. Again, any attachments clinging onto, any resistance running away from the fight, freeze, flight mechanisms that we have carried from all of the spiritual PTSD, all of the trauma and horrors we've been through, okay, it's been fully cleared. Our diamond rainbow sun, plasma light bodies coming fully online. Our Edenic bodies, Edenic realities, the paradisian keys and codes fully online. The Hierogamic divine reunion codes, it's all here now. So let's activate this one way or another. Join me if you like to and feel guided to. Okay, again, a free activation to activate this also. The Emerald and Crystal Heart and Divine Union activation is also below as a gift from my heart to yours. Again, if you like to support me, also like, share, subscribe, comment. That's very much appreciated. So other people can also get to the information that I'm sharing that I know is very sacred and brings us all the way back home. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here now. Thank you for keeping on believing. And let's walk together, hand in hand, cross the rainbow bridge, be in the rainbow bridge, to all new Edenic realities being here now. It's a holographic projection. Don't mind where anyone is, whether you think you are. We all carry different pieces that we heal as we come back together as the tribes and the twin flames. We heal this all as one heart, mind, body, and soul. Cosmic monad. You don't need to be perfect to come back together. But yeah, you need to overcome your fears, which are ultimately holding you back. They're an illusion, preventing you from reaching your full potential. You need to follow your heart, and you need to not be afraid of getting hurt or things going wrong. That's how you actually attract those things to you. You know, you need to be the happy fool and understand that once you see with crystal clarity, once you know your real true self, you can read other people very well. And you know what's good for you or not. That's the whole purpose. Know thyself, and you know all kinds of cosmic shit. And you can read bullshit and lies miles away when I come your way, all right? So tune in, especially right now, into the diamond grid system, the emerald cosmic heart coming fully online, the Hierogamic reunion of the one, our cosmic reunion of the one tribe and family of God coming fully online, changing everything forever. This is freaking it. The wave awaits. The supernova of the One Heart Mind event is here now. Allow your heart to burst fully open. There's nothing to fear. It's an illusion. Sensing danger is different. So, do it. I was reminded today of a sales training, one of the many sales trainings I've endured in my previous career in sales. Of this like very over enthusiastic. It was actually the first training I went to here in Ireland as I landed here in 2008. Anyway, and again, for those who don't know, I'm half German, half Irish. Not that that matters as we're cosmic citizens, but anyway. So as I moved here, I went to this sales training. I had to go. And the guy was one of these, super motivators, like literally jumping up and down on chairs and tables in the room and like just sweating profusely. Anyway, and he would just like, what always reminds me of this guy was like, do it now. And it really is. There's no time like the present. This is the end of linear time. I don't see beyond the 20 seconds. I've seen some data points around the 23rd of some, let's say, religious beliefs, teachings, being transmitted in a video that I came across on Twitter yesterday that were along the lines of that. The revelation is here, and this is the, what's it called again? Not the eruption, the, what's it called? I forgot now. Anyway, we're like bursting wide open. What's it called? Words. So that's another thing. The past is done. You don't need it anymore. Let it go. Okay. What's coming online is the history records, the true cosmic history records, free of all inversions within the one consciousness, fully igniting our new Eden that's free of all of the stuff. Because if you keep repeating the past in your mind, okay, on these false history records we've been exposed to, you keep recreating the same. The past basically informs what you're seeing now and the future. So as we change the past, which we've been busy doing, you change the present and you also change the future, which ultimately are all happening simultaneously, because again, there is no thing such as time. It's a 3D concept. So we're fully transcending time, space, and gravity, especially the twin flames, okay? If you feel heat and you're sweating a lot and stuff like this, these are the plasmas coming in, fully burning off any remaining reversals. Your DNA is being activated, loads of the ascension symptoms we have right now are related to your DNA being fully activated, as well as, all the other stuff clearing. I mean, it's both ends. But it's all happening simultaneously as you're fully anchored within this tri-wave, the Trinity wave, the Holy Trinity that we now embody, where you're basically clearing and upgrading, activating all at the same time, whilst you're holding the 0 point field, is ultimately all happening for your greatest good. You no longer think there's anything wrong with you because it's part of the upgrades, okay? So embrace them. The quicker embrace them and everything, the quicker all of this moves through you. Don't resist nothing. Whatever you resist persists. Okay, there's nothing to be afraid of, really. As you are at one with your God self, you know this. Okay, so remember what's really true, your real true self, merge with that, fully arriving home, divine Hierogamic union within and without, but we're doing this all together as one, as well. It's the both ends. So may the original twin flames come together in true divine Hierogamic union and complete all of this in behalf of one, our cosmic ascension, the cosmic reset, the new cosmic consciousness fully online. And so it is done. So this is where all of this comes together. This is our time out of time to complete all of this. Take what resonates, leave the rest. That's all I see. This is it. This is the final rodeo. Let's have fun with this. Okay. Thank you for listening, all your support. Again, details are below in the description box. If you want to join any of my calls and containers or work, there again, also the free gift and other free activations on my SoundCloud. Thank you so much for all your support, being here now. Keep on believing in you and the power we have, especially when we come together and shifting these realities for good. Highly alchemical work, so magical what's coming online right now. Amazing. So thank you so much. And I see you there. Thank you. Bye.